and welcome to Girls with Goals. I'm Niamh Maher, and this week we are celebrating Mother's Day. So I was trying to figure out how to go about celebrating it, and then I thought, why don't myself and Rebecca O'Keefe, who's here as well, just invite our mothers in and have the chat. So that is what we have done.
We might live to regret this.
We might live to regret this. So I am thrilled to introduce my mother, Catherine Maher. Welcome to Girls with Goals.
Thank you very much.
And I'm loving it. And Rebecca, why don't
And
you...
my lovely mother, Ethna O'Keefe, is here too.
Oh, you're very welcome. This is nice.
It is nice.
A little bit different, but sure.
It's weird.
Nobody knows how long it took me to get that intro out there, so that's fine. We're going to start off the way that we always start, and it's with our game. So it's called 6 Words or Less, but we're going to do it a little bit differently in that we're going to get the daughters to say 6 words or less about you guys, and then the mothers can describe us in 6 words or less. So we're changing it up a little bit.
Good.
So who wants to go first?
The girls.
Niamh's co-host, right? You go first, Niamh.
Okay, I'm going to go first. I'm going to describe my mother, Catherine, in 6 words or less. So, strong, smart, sassy,
Getting it right.
loves a gin.
Oh.
6 words.
All very true.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
Rebecca, do you want to describe your mother?
I had a sentence,
Oh, that's
as
fine.
always, because I don't do... Yeah,
Okay,
you ready?
I don't know. Am I?
Okay. My best friend,
Aww.
but also annoying.
Aww.
But in a, like, mothering way. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's my job.
I know.
That was lovely. My best friend. Sorry, Mom, you're my best friend too.
Yeah, I know.
She also is a fan of a drink.
I love a gin. But
Oh,
I
do
love a
you?
glass of
Glass
wine.
of white, yeah.
I feel like we should have had a gin before we started doing this, to be
Or at
honest.
least you can get us one after.
Yes,
Yeah, we'll do
absolutely.
that.
At 10:30 a.m.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It is. Ethna, would you like to describe your daughter in 6 words or less? All right, she's getting ready.
First word is beautiful
That's nice.
in lots of ways.
Words.
Blunt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blunt. I think most people who know Rebecca would say that.
Yeah.
Sensitive.
This is true.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yep.
That's
4.
That's 4.
2 more.
2 more. I should have written them down.
I love
shouldn't
this. It's off the cuff. I love it.
Entertaining.
That's why I'm here.
And loyal.
Yes, loyal.
Loyal's Niamh's favourite.
I love that. All true. All true. Yeah. The blunt one in particular is a
Yeah.
The blunt one, yeah. No filter.
no filter, no filter whatsoever.
No.
But it's one of the reasons why I love having you on the show, because it's just like straight
It's
from
a stream of consciousness.
it's brain to mouth to camera to everywhere. So right, Ka, go on. Hit me.
Okay, I'm I'm not able to remember them now at my stage in life. So
She wrote them down.
I wrote them down,
Okay.
okay? But I did it technologically, which is kind of cute for somebody at my age, not writing a piece of paper. So, yeah, my 6 words. The first one I said was articulate,
Okay.
because I never get a word in with Niamh when we're having an argument. Knocks me out of the park
That's
every
a really
time.
nice way of putting it.
Yeah. So I know how to win a fight.
Yeah, you just never
Keep going.
stop. Yeah, exactly. Next word is strong.
Oh, I said strong about you.
I know, which I thought was strange, because I have strong there.
Thanks, Mom.
Funny. I think Niamh does make us laugh
make
at
me
home.
laugh.
Do I?
She's quite... She gets that from her dad, not from me. I'm the serious one. Creative, I think. Very creative.
Okay. Those are nice words, Mom.
And then I said you were brave. Yeah. No, I didn't
Like-
say you were a superwoman. I just said you were brave. Not
Brave.
superwoman.
Whips out her cape and her mask.
Not when it comes to like spiders and stuff. But
No, I
but
think
in
brave
life.
about life.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Taking on things, not afraid to do things. A risk taker. And
brave risk taker.
the last one I said was pretty.
Oh, Mom.
But you're the image of me.
Well said. Well said.
Touche.
I was literally waiting for that to come. The hook, yeah.
That was nice.
That was really nice, yeah, and fun. Oh. So I guess in terms of what we're going to talk about today, I just thought it would be nice to... We are not mothers, so I kind of wanted to...
At all.
At all, yeah. So I kind of wanted to hear about, and I feel like sometimes with Mother's Day, it comes and it goes, and you get the flowers and you get the card and stuff like that, but we don't really hear more about what it actually is like to be mothers of us, basically. Hard work. But let's cast our minds back. Let's go back to when you guys weren't mothers. So before you had kids, what was that like? What was the best thing about not being a mother, first and foremost? Ethna?
I suppose all my life I wanted my own baby. My own mother would say that I always wanted her to have more. I suppose looking back, it was freedom, because what they don't tell you in the maternity ward is that it is a life sentence, and hopefully a long life sentence in a good way.
Yeah.
It is, but it is when you're handed that little bundle. It's holy God, what do I do now?
Yeah.
You know, I am now responsible for this for the duration.
27 years and counting.
And how? Well, Kat just got rid of me, so 32 and counting, and I'm 5 minutes down the road.
No, she's never got rid of you. You never
Yeah.
got rid of you. No.
But what?
Once
Do you
your
mind me
mum-
asking how old you were when you became a mother? Is that
28.
28.
This guy was same as you?
No,
How
I
old
was
are you?
younger.
Yeah,
I was 27.
27.
My age,
But what I was going to say is
I think I was 28.
for me, before I became a mother, I didn't have this urge to always want to have kids. I actually wanted to be a sports person, successful, but I didn't manage that. But I left home and got married and lived with my husband. And I was 22 years of age, and decided, the first thing I decided was, we're not having babies for a few years. So we were 5 years married before we had Kieran.
Fair enough, though. You got to enjoy your...
Yeah, but that was kind of not the norm for the time, wasn't it? What was it, the 40s?
My sister, my friends.
Needy bitch. I'm just joking. That would shed a worse light on your age, friends. So don't even. You slag your mother, you slag yourself. You know. My mum was born in the 80s. You see, so
Nice one.
Nice one, nice one.
So that's how you'd be nice to mommy.
It was the early 80s, right?
This is all for camera.
Yeah.
It was the early 80s. Yeah, but it was, we made a decision not to have babies for 5 years. And all our friends, like,
having
they got married and honeymoon babies or a baby within a year and a half. And but I made a decision with Tommy, Tommy being the husband, that I didn't want to have kids. So we didn't have Kira until we were 5. And then during those 5 years, we did lots of things. We did traveling, we did sport, we had fun, we had date nights, and we went out, and we had lots of friends staying over. And so it was really, because I lived at home until that. So I wanted 5 years of
kind of
fun and
freedom.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas I had moved from Sligo to Dublin, and
At 17,
at 17, yes.
Right, that's
So I'd had a
young.
few years of fun.
Yeah.
Not that being married wasn't fun, isn't fun.
He's a handful.
Yeah, but having kids is hard work when you start out.
It is hard work, and you need your family supports.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do.
And so
it's a shock.
What was that like when you had the first? Was Rebecca?
When Rebecca arrived. You know,
The world changed.
the world changed.
Yeah.
I can easily say that.
I didn't have a stunning entrance into the world, remember? She always tells me, because my mum got denied an epidural, no painkillers. And
then
my
she had
father,
colic for 24 hours a day for the first few months.
when my mum was giving birth to me, my dad took the gas. So my mum, because he was so stressed out. So my mum had literally not a Panadol to her night, like literally nothing. Ray on the side, like.
That's cute.
Oh, yeah, but it was, life changed.
Were you fearful when you had your first babies? No?
No, I couldn't wait.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. I wasn't like a clucking hen or anything like that. But I was really looking forward to it, and all I had ever wanted in my life was my own little doll.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say dog. I was like,
No, I already had that.
Yeah. What about you, Cal? Were you kind of... It's a lot of a responsibility. That's the kind of thing that I always think. I always think when you want to become a mother, you have to be 100% at the point where you have no selfishness left inside of you, because you're giving everything to this other person.
Yeah, I think that. I think when you start out being a mother, you have all these great ideas about the kind of mother you're going to be. And then what happens is the baby, son or daughter, turns out to have their own personalities. And it's like, well, that wasn't part of the plan. They were supposed to be cute and sweet and do what I asked them to. And they never did. So
Like
that
they
was
do in
quite
the movies.
difficult. Exactly. And it was like quite difficult coming to terms with the fact that this other person was going to do a lot of dictating what was going on in my life, you know. Like I had Kieran and I was very lucky. Decided not to have a baby. 5 years later, I said, I want to have a baby. Got pregnant, had no problem with the pregnancy, went into hospital, gave birth. He was grand. He was alive. He was alive. He was there, which is good.
Yes,
But he was there for 6 days. And I had said, this was me in my sort of notion that mothers, it'll all come to me naturally. And I said, he'll bring his name. Everybody's saying, what are you going to call the baby? I said, when I see him, I'll know his name. So he was born and he was there. And I looked at him and I said, oh, he's so cute. And Tommy's saying, so what do we call him? I said, well, I think we should call him, I can't remember all the names. It's like, I think let's call him Kevin. And he says, okay, let's call him Kevin. So we went off. And by the time he got back to the house, I was on the phone. Tommy, don't tell anyone. I'm looking at him. He's not Kevin. Okay, love, that's fine. Next day he came in. I says, do you know, I think he's Eamon. Eamon. How cute is Eamon? And Tommy says, yeah, there's Eamon. This went on. I could go on with the story.
Days.
This went on for something like 6 days because at that time, when you went in to have your baby, 24 hours later you weren't kicked out. You were there for 10 days.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Well,
Were you?
It depends on how, if there was any
all goes.
difficulties. How long were you in?
I was in 2 nights or 3.
Oh, really? I was in for about 7 nights with Kieran.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you have a section?
No?
Wow.
Yeah.
Drama. Come over here.
I was in the Hollis Street. And,
here.
yeah.
Horror Street, as it's called in my house.
Well, I have to say, I had Niamh in Mount Carmel because of Horror Street.
Oh, really?
Oh, right.
Yeah. I didn't go there. But to finish the story on Kieran and names, eventually, about the 5th day, Tommy went home and I had said, I think Kieran, I think that's his name, Kieran, I like that. And again, same old story. Tommy, I rang the phone. Forget it, Catherine. I've told everybody his name is
It's
Kieran.
baby Kieran. Like
It's
it or
Kieran,
lump it.
that's it.
But I think it's interesting when you say things like that because you are kind of expected to just know everything that comes along with being a mother. But before you became mothers, did you receive any kind of invaluable advice from people in your life? And like you had sisters who had loads of kids by that point and stuff like that. But Ethna, did you get any like invaluable advice that you kind of brought with you?
No. No, my older sister didn't have any children.
Yeah.
My mum's, I suppose what I got from my mother was the attitude of get on with it.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a good attitude to have.
and that's what my mum has always done.
She's still doing it.
And she's still doing it.
Yeah.
Just get on with it. And I mean, if there were any issues, she was always at the end of a phone.
Yeah.
As was my dad.
And is there anything then, if and when Rebecca decides to become a mother herself, what advice would you give her?
Go with it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't kill it.
Don't kill it. No, enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, babies are durable.
This is the thing.
And
Like
that's my case.
I'd be very afraid of killing the baby.
I think
you know?
I'm the same. But
I
with
would
that,
be very afraid of killing
like
the
dropping
baby.
it or, like,
dropping the
rolling on
baby
it.
or falling asleep on the baby or that's the kind of thing that I would just be really trying not to do.
I've done that
kill the
once.
baby. Yeah.
Falling asleep with the baby and the thing and waking up thinking, what is that? And it was a baby. It was you.
cool.
Because Niamh was a baby who just got in and slept. Kieran kicked him. He was all over the bed. So Niamh, when
she was still.
she just
I
lies.
just love sleeping so
And she just
always
lies
do.
in one space. She doesn't twist and turn. Niamh can get into bed and slip out and you wouldn't even know she'd been in it. It's like she doesn't make her bed up. And she's
a life skill.
exactly. But she I turned over and slept on her and then woke up and so it can happen that you turn over on
But did you
babies.
receive any advice from your sisters?
I got loads of advice from I have one sister I'm very close to and I got loads of advice from her and I tried to follow it all. What I think for me I felt
Watch the mic.
oh sorry sorry wherever you are I recall that I wanted to be a good mother. So I got a book on how to be a mother, and it said, don't feed, at that time the thinking was, don't feed them solids until they're 6 months because their digestive system won't go. Kieran cried from the day he came home until I visited an aunt who threw food into the child, and then he stopped crying. She says, you know, he was hungry for the last 6 months. Because I read the book and it said, don't feed them, you know. And I think, from what I see, is parents of your generation are much more relaxed with their kids. They give them a bit more freedom.
I don't think they are.
I don't know, Mom.
I do.
But because the thing is, like, back in the day, respectfully, there was no social media or anything like that. So, like, you weren't comparing yourselves to every other mother. Like, now...
Oh, but we would have been.
Oh, would you? Okay. But in,
Yes,
like...
our peers, our cousins, our sisters, our
We have
neighbours.
loads of cousins that are
Okay.
like a
I mean,
similar age to
I
me.
had 2 cousins and a neighbour. We all had babies in the same 2 months.
Yeah.
So it kind of was the same, except because I just feel
It was-
now the
it-
social
yeah.
media pressure of, like,
It's just a different...
after 2 days, then they have the kind of a I made this post, and then before that it's like all the bum posts, and there's definitely a level of preciousness around an expectant mother nowadays. And, like, I feel like if I got pregnant, I don't think I would change that much, but I also don't think I could kind of live up to that mothering style that's on social media at the moment.
I just think my experience of the young people I know who have children, they're much more relaxed. Like, I go to lunch with this friend of mine, Louisa, and she has 2 young children. Elliot is 16 and
Not 16.
16 months, and Isla, and thank you, and Isla is 4. And we go out to lunch, and the 2 kids are with us, and she just is having lunch with me, and they're doing their bits and pieces.
Yeah.
And they're, I know when I used to bring Kieran and Niamh out to lunch or somewhere like that, I'm like, no, you have to behave yourself. And I
They do
prepare
kind of let them run wild a little bit more.
And not even so much run wild. I'd say to Niamh and Kieran, no, you need to behave yourself, and you just sit up at the table and prepare them for all of this. Probably held them back from relaxing, but I think
Well, the table
parents
was
don't do
like
that.
the table was like prison, Mom, to be honest with you. The way
We were
that-
always under the table.
Oh my God, the way that Catherine ran her table, like, you have to sit up at the table and you just couldn't leave it until every scrap on your plate was gone. So I would always be left at the table. The whole family would
Staring
be
at the plate.
gone, and I would just be sitting there with my vegetables and stuff. But it definitely taught me discipline.
yes.
But it also,
You still don't really like the
see, if you
vegetables.
think-
not a big fan of
If you go
vegetables.
back a generation, like in my parents would have been amazed at how often we went out to restaurants and out to dinner.
Yeah.
Whereas I would probably be amazed at newer generations how often they go out.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was young, it was an occasion if you went out for
That's
dinner.
right.
We had lots of lovely dinners at home, but it was an occasion if you went to a restaurant.
Yeah.
This was a birthday or a party. But
Yeah,
nowadays
and
they
you were
just go out.
expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do
You're
think now,
expected to
I mean,
behave.
I suppose now, like, there are things that, there's definitely more, because I remember going to restaurants when we were kids, and we would get, like in Oscar Taylor's in Malahide, they would give us just a thing to, like, colour in,
Loved that.
and they'd, like, plonk a Knickerbocker Glory in front of us, and we'd be colouring to our heart's
Same.
content, and we were just so happy, like, there was nothing better.
yeah.
And the parents were having their just grown-up time, that's what we
Yeah.
called it. Probably just,
Yes.
like, getting through a bottle of wine. And now it's an iPod, do you know what I mean? Or an
An
iPad.
iPad, yeah.
Yeah.
I just literally just sounded really old.
did.
It's the
But I
iPod.
agree.
Everything transitions, everything moves on.
Yeah.
But it's the same version of the same thing.
I'm going to make sure my kids still colour, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee if you put a colouring book in front of a kid now, they'll have just as much fun as if it's an iPad, right?
But you
they
can
know what it
colour.
is.
You can colour on an iPad.
What?
Like, they have, like, games, apps you can download where you, like, colour.
That's right.
Don't like that.
What I think is interesting as well, and I was kind of doing a little bit of research, and we ran a piece there on Her Family, which is like Her.ie's kind of sister site, and it was just a funny piece about the amount of lies that parents tell their kids when they're growing up, but they're not
And even when they're grown up.
yeah, but they're not bad lies, but they're just lies to kind of white lies, I suppose you would
Yes.
call them. But I wanted to know
Encouraging lies.
encouraging lies. Yeah, I would be interested to know if there were any kind of go-to white lies that you guys told us when we were growing up, because now is the time
Okay.
to tell us.
Yeah, I'd loads.
Really?
Yeah, I told you loads of lies. Things like, for example, if you don't, you need to go sleep or you won't grow.
Yeah.
That obviously happened.
She never slept.
Do you know, one of the things I remember Dad used to say, they don't, or you used to say this as well, you know, like when you had a toy and the batteries would go in the toy and you'd be like, oh, you used to tell me that they didn't sell replacement batteries for that toy.
Well, it depended at the time
mood.
whether I liked the toy or not. If it was a noisy toy, definitely they didn't sell
So it's like
batteries.
My dad confiscated my Furby.
I was like so upset by that. I was like, they absolutely have to sell batteries for this toy.
But they didn't for certain toys.
Oh, for certain toys they didn't. I was doing some research and there's the internet is just awash with these ones. Some of the ones that I thought were so funny. The TV only works when it rains.
That's actually a really good
I'm
one.
smart enough for that.
I wasn't smart enough either
That's
for
a
that.
really good one.
It is.
I saw, and the person who was explaining this was like, my friend believed it for way too long into her life, like. But I mean, a really good way to get the kids out when it's sunny. A kid was told that everyone got 10,000 words per month, and if you reached that limit, you couldn't physically speak until the new month. So all the dad had to say was, "Careful, you're already at 9,000 words." And the kid would like, "Shut up, shut up."
That's hilarious.
I thought that was a good one as well.
Gosh,
There's like
no.
the classics as well. Like, do you remember if you pulled a funny face, it would stick like
Oh,
that?
that one, yeah.
The wind would change.
The wind will change and you'll look like that.
Or if you didn't eat your carrots, you could have good
You'd go
eyesight.
blind.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have good eyesight if you ate carrots.
Yeah.
That's not, it might be true though.
I don't think it's true.
No.
I still believe that.
Is that why you eat carrots?
Maybe. I have great eyesight.
You do have good. Another one. My father always said that animals at the side of the road were taking a nap since the road was warm.
Oh, that was sweet.
That's nice.
Oh, dark.
I'll tell you the one if you had, if the one where people used to say, he's gone to an animal farm.
Oh yeah, when an animal
farm.
would, when the animal would die.
I didn't get that. My dad just clean said she did. When's Kim coming back?
This is where
She's
you
not.
This is where you get your blunt from.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
From daddy.
Yeah.
this happened to you when do you remember Grandad kept replacing the fish in your house, and so you thought that you had a goldfish that was like 14 years old.
Absolutely.
Like goldfish live for like
6 months.
yeah.
Or absolutely, myself and my sisters, we'd be in school with friends and they were saying, your goldfish can't be 12 or 13 years old. Why would we lie to you?
Because Grandad was lying to you.
You weren't actually lying. He was the
Yeah.
And
lying.
myself and my sisters
Yeah.
were absolutely convinced that it was the same goldfish. We never saw a difference in the goldfish. And now he never got any bigger. But then we believed he couldn't get any bigger because
of
the
the
goldfish
size
was
of the
only this
bowl.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose it's about kind of protecting your kids' feelings.
Innocence as
And
well.
protecting an innocence and
Yeah.
Yeah, like I believed in like fairy tales and stuff probably longer than I should have because I was never told anything wasn't real. I had to figure it out on my own.
Yeah. But that's what school's for. Like your classmates will whip
Yeah.
that into you straight
But
away.
then like there was one girl in our class who I came home one day and I was like, XYZ said Santa wasn't real. And my mum was like, she's full.
I didn't say anything bad.
She's full of shit.
I didn't. I said,
I knew you didn't word it like that.
No, I said, what did Santa bring you last year? So she listed off. And I said, and what did your dad and I give you? So she listed off. And I said, does she think that we bought all of these things?
Yeah.
So you came to your own conclusion. I didn't lie.
Yeah, and see, this is the thing about the whole Santa thing. And this is a safe space because young kids don't listen to this show, so we're all right. But like the Santa thing, there was never a definitive moment when you sat me down and said,
He's not real.
he's not real. Do you know? It was almost just more...
You come to the conclusion on your own.
Yeah.
I think it's what you said, Niamh. I think you're out there in the world with friends, boys, girls, whatever, and you're growing up and together you discover what's happening out there and you check it out with us and we have to make the judgment as to whether now's the time to tell the full story or not.
I do remember when...
It was a bit early for her.
How old are you?
The first time it was a bit early when that...
I pretended to believe in Santa well into like...
She still does. She
Come
still writes her
on.
letter.
I still write a letter every year.
Oh, Beck. That's really cute.
This year it was sent via email.
Aw, you're getting cute.
I don't write letters, but we still do the Santa thing.
Every
Yeah.
Christmas morning.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do it. So like Mom wraps the presents and puts them in piles, like one for me and one for my brother, and then we have to go down the stairs and...
So do we. And we go in by age. So like the youngest
Whoa,
cousin. Yeah.
that's different.
The youngest cousin has to... It used to be the dogs go in first, but RIP. And then the youngest cousin goes in, and gradually and then the oldest cousin, who's like, what's going on, 32? He still gets a Santa.
That's amazing. I'm 32.
Yeah.
I have to say, one of the exciting things about Christmas, because I think Christmas is really exciting for kids, and then as an adult, it's like, well, it's a good time to party and get a few presents and things like that. But when I became a mother, Christmas had a whole new revitalization of being so exciting. Yeah. And I remember the first Christmas, Kieran was born. Kieran was born in April, and my very smart, clever, intelligent son was walking at Christmas. So added up, he was 9 months.
Wow.
I think that's
Is
weird.
that good? I don't know that.
I think it's weird. Yeah, I think it's weird for a kid.
It's weird. It's very early.
It's very early.
Very early. And he was walking at 9 months, you know.
They're like still pretty small, I think.
I remember I was in a toy shop, you know, Smith's there at Mary Street. I was in there holding his hand, walking around, saying, what would you like Santi to get you? No clue, but I was living the dream. Yes. And this woman came up behind me and she said, where did you get the walkie-talkie doll?
That's
my son.
He just looked like a baby, a baby,
a tiny
walking.
little thing.
He was very tiny, and in those days, do you remember walkie-talkie dolls?
Yes.
You used to hold their hand, and that made them walk
Until the batteries ran out.
You never saw them
No,
again.
you didn't need batteries to walk. It was the battery was the talking bit. Somebody told me that.
That's
but
so
that was
funny.
really exciting.
Christmas when you became a mother.
As a mother, I found that really exciting. And then decorating the house. The year before, the first few years when we didn't have kids, we barely put up a Christmas tree because we were going over to our parents.
Yeah.
But the year Kieran was born, we were staying at home. We were going to splatter the house for Christmas, and it was just so exciting. And I think Christmas, and you know how important Christmas is to me
like
as
as
a
well.
family.
Love
I
it,
think I think family Christmas is so important.
Yeah,
you know,
it really is.
and
There's a little bit more hangovers now in the house more than there was when we were kids.
We'll move on.
Yeah, but
We'll move on.
Yeah, big time.
Christmas Eve is like a nice time to go for a drink.
Yeah.
And then
I always used to say to them when they were heading out on Christmas Eve, when as adult children, that's what we call adult children, I used to say to them, now remember, I expect you to get up early in the morning for Santi.
Same.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember reading an article as well, and it was on her family as well, like a lot of information on her family given. So it was basically about how this woman wrote this open letter about being labelled a bad mom. And she was just like, I'm so sick of being put into the bracket of being a bad mom because I don't follow all the rules. And this is what I'm noticing with my friends who are getting pregnant now and stuff like that. Like we were talking earlier about the generational thing and how it moves on and how there's new kind of pressures and stuff like that. But like this was she said that there's nothing that she can do to essentially live up to the type of mothers that are being displayed now in social media. Was there ever a time when you felt like a bad mom or that you did anything wrong?
I do things wrong all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I mean, if you think of it, you know, put your baby lying on its back, on its front, on its side. That changes every year, every 2 years. The thinking is leave the baby on its back. The thinking is leave the baby on its side.
It's all trends, really, isn't it?
It's trends, and I think if you're true to yourself, and if the baby is happy enough.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of know.
I always had the attitude, and I do about life. This is one of my sort of go-to theories, and that is that if I've thought about it and I think I'm doing the right thing, and I've sort of weighed up the pros and cons, the decisions I'm making
are probably the right ones.
Are probably the right ones for me. They wouldn't be necessarily for everybody else.
Obviously made the right decisions.
Hey, nice one.
Yes,
but no, that's how I judge things, you know.
Yeah.
I just say when Kieran was born.
You're just talking about Kieran so much.
You haven't mentioned golden balls at all. It's great.
I'm gonna get onto this next, and it's about being a second child.
No, just being a sister.
But before you go there,
it's not.
Just before you go there,
Woman.
When he was born, because I knew nothing about having babies, anytime he got sick, I was worried about him, you know. And this goes back to good advice. I remember going down to my doctor And he said, no, he's fine. And then the next day, another day I was down to the doctor. "No, he's fine." And every time it was like, at that time it was 25 euros or pounds. And I was like,
Oh, nice.
I'm glad he's good. Hope he's not sick again because I haven't got another 25 pounds. But I was running down to the doctor quite a bit.
Just nervous.
Worried about things.
Yeah.
And thought, isn't it better to know that he's okay than be worried that he's not okay? And the doctor said to me, giving you a bit of advice here now, Catherine, give him anything he has, give him 24 hours. And if it's still there 24 hours later, then come back to me.
Yeah.
I never paid a doctor another penny for Kieran. Seriously, he never went to the doctor again. And I never had to bring you to the doctor because I had
Not
that
once,
advice.
Mom. Would it be nice? In every family, it is believed, a study says, that second-born children are the troublemakers. This is believed to be because the second-born receives less attention than the first-born. The first child has their parents all to themselves, but the second child always has to share the attention. Do you think that this is a myth or...
Yeah, it's a myth.
Why? You're a firstborn.
I am a firstborn. Yeah.
I'm a secondborn, and it has affected
What's the
me
age gap between you and Kieran?
A year and a half.
Okay, because
Yeah.
it's 2.5 years between me and Mark, so it's still quite small. I mean, I'm sure I was the apple of the eye for the first 2.5 years, but
I'm sure you...
we're loved very equally. But he's not like I'm not that like I would definitely am. And like, there's not a like numero uno vibe with me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no numero, what's that word you said?
Numero uno.
That vibe in our house.
Kat, are you joking?
Because they say to me,
Mothers and their sons,
what
though.
do I say? What do I say? She is she's my favourite daughter. And he is my favourite son. And they constantly try to get me. They constantly try to get me to say favourite child.
The dog was my favourite child.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm playing devil's advocate here, though, because, Mom, historically, and your mother as well, you have an affinity towards sons.
Okay.
You do.
I think the relationship is different.
Yeah.
I think the relationship, I mean, between myself and Rebecca, we are very, very close.
Yeah.
When we fight, everybody leaves. Because
But
we
then
kill
we'll
each
be
other.
friends 5 minutes later.
And if anybody tried to take one side, we'd
We
kill them.
turn on them.
Yeah.
You have a different relationship with a son and a daughter, whether that's, I don't know why that is, but it is a different relationship.
Yeah.
We just have a running joke in my house that we call Mark Golden Balls, like, and I'm like, you guys are obsessed with them. And he like jokes about it too. He's like, I'm number one.
We kind of have that joke in my house as well. But Kieran kind of plays into it too.
Yeah.
Like, he loves it. Like, he does.
But then my mum and my aunt have the same joke about their brother.
That's the same.
It's
like,
just,
yeah.
it's just Sonny Boy, as they call my Uncle David. Like, it's just,
Oh dear.
it's just he's not listening to this.
Sorry, Mags.
Because we're talking about sons, like there is nothing like the relationship Niamh has with her dad.
Yeah, that's true
And
as well. I haven't,
Kieran would be put out by the fact that Niamh and Dad has this amazing relationship.
Yeah.
Like amazing relationship.
Well, I'm like a classic daddy's girl, you know? Yeah, like 100%. Like Dan was even saying when he was over, you know Dan?
Do you have, who's Dan?
Right,
Never heard of him.
But
The
Dan was
boyfriend.
like, yeah.
Just in case you missed it.
So Dad likes to make me sandwiches and he likes to make me tea. And even if we've just had breakfast or we've just had lunch, he'll be like, Niamh, do you want a sandwich? Like he's a feeder as well. He wants me to constantly be fed. Whereby getting Kat into a kitchen is like, it's
Really?
a once in a
Good,
lifetime.
I'm a bit like that.
Yeah. Like Christmas. You cook Christmas dinner
A Christmas dinner is my
every
thing.
single year, but nothing else for the
had a cooker.
364.
We got a new cooker in our house kitchen there about 2 years ago, and Kieran came home from Kieran. I mentioned Kieran. He
I'm
came
just going to
home.
call this the Kieran show.
He came home.
To be honest with you.
He came home
Girls
for a
of Kieran.
holiday, and
Girls
he
of
likes to cook. And he went into the kitchen, and he was saying, "Oh, Mom, this is a new cooker. How do you use it?" And I came in, and I was like, "I'm not sure." He says, "You have it 4 months. What do you mean you're not sure?" I didn't know how to turn it on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I do take after my
Not that
mom.
I'm not proud of it, but my husband does all the
yeah.
cooking.
Yeah.
He loves it. He's
Always
Mark,
has.
my brother cooks really well. I don't.
But Dad always cooked growing up, so like it was I suppose a different kind of thing. Like I never saw my mother cooking ever, so I'm saying that might play into why I'm not the best cook in the world. Maybe.
You
but
can blame me.
I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that, you
He's
know.
just a fiend for fish fingers and chicken nuggets.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
But
is the
Kieran-
second child syndrome as
Yeah.
well. Blame mum.
But Kieran loves cooking as well. I think he just, like, you either love it or you don't love it.
I cook to feed myself. I get no enjoyment out of it at all.
I know, yeah.
That's what I.
Yes, I love cooking
Do
for
you?
a group. I love having
But so did
few
my
people.
granny.
Well,
Whereas my dad nearly burnt the house down cooking fish fingers. I can still smell the burn.
only recently.
No, that was the sprouts. Different time.
Yeah.
I came in, I was like, that was nearly burnt down last night. He was cooking Brussels sprouts. But
The smell of those, I would imagine.
But fish fingers was, I think I was like 7. Mark was 5.
Something like that.
And he hasn't really dabbled much in the kitchen since.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
My dad would have been a good cook. Dad was a good cook.
Really?
Mum was fab. I mean, we're products of mum's feeding.
but I think it like goes through the family because like your mom and dad, like granddad was great in the kitchen and he used to cook, and Nana was an incredible baker.
Yes.
So she would bake all the desserts and everything like that, but granddad would be in the kitchen making the
Cooking the
dinners,
cooking the
yeah.
dinners. Yeah, so that's what I.
My dad was an unusual because he was an only child and he had 5 daughters, and his mother lived with us.
Absolute manic.
So
yeah.
his mother lived with us because he was an only child.
It's a lot of women in
he
one
had,
house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my dad just kind of was there doing for all these women.
Yeah.
He was very happy, man. Very happy.
I remember like the Sunday dinner situation when like I would go in and all the 5 sisters would be there and then all of their kids would be there and all the cousins, and like it wasn't a big house, and Granda would be in the kitchen cooking and kind of trying to watch the football at the same time, and Nana would be at the end of the table making a jigsaw, and everybody smoked back then as well, so like there was smoke everywhere and there was kids under the table, and Granda would be screaming because Liverpool were losing and so we would all be like, oh my god, is dinner going to be on?
Cancelled.
We don't know about dinner because Liverpool were losing, but like it's one of those things that you remember those. I never really remember Nana cooking much at all.
No.
But actually, funny,
she did lots of other things.
She did, yeah, but I'm actually hosting my very first dinner party that I've ever hosted in my entire life in April. So
I'll let you know how it goes.
yeah, I've invited Rebecca. Yeah, you're going to be away. I would have invited you. Don't freak out.
That's okay. I was going to say your very first without your mother.
Yeah,
Mothers understand these things.
yeah. So I've never hosted.
Do you need a tissue?
I do Christmas dinner for my friends every year.
See, that's
well,
lovely.
I started it and then we moved on to one of the other girls is doing it, but I did it this year, so it was like 14 of them around a table
Oh my god.
on the 23rd of
like,
December.
how do you even start? Because I watch you with the turkey sometimes, and it doesn't
I
give me
buy
good
it.
vibes.
I'm like, bone it, roll it, stuff it, and give me the amount of time it needs to go
so
in
you
the
don't
oven.
pull the gizzards out.
I don't touch its giblets, no. No, it goes in
giblets.
and it comes
It's just
out.
the word
I do
giblet.
it, but I wear gloves.
Yeah.
Dead right.
Still gross though. Mum.
It
I
is
see
gross,
you doing
yes.
it,
Yeah. I only do it once a year, and then it takes me the whole 364
yourself,
years
to
to
clean
get
it
over it before I have to do it again.
What are you cooking?
I don't know, but we've got some pregnant people and we've got some vegetarians. So I'm thinking like a fish pasta. Although, can pregnant women eat fish?
Not shellfish.
Not shellfish, but
Oh
like
crap! I was thinking of mussels and scallops. Are
They're
they?
not the
are
best
prawns
thing. Yes.
shellfish?
You have a lot to learn. So
Well, maybe just like a regular soup then, and then like a pasta. Soup. Like a soup. Yeah. Don't people do soups for starters? You always do a prawn cocktail, or like
I do
literally
too.
like 4 pieces of orange and pear on it. It's not the best starter.
on Christmas Day, but that's because I have a group of family who won't eat it, who don't really like starter because they say it ruins my dinner if I eat a starter. But you have to have starter. on
Yeah, we
Christmas
used to do
Day.
melon.
So we do melon
oh.
and bits of melons and bits of mandarin orange for those that don't really want a starter because it's light.
Yeah.
And then the prawn cocktail for those
Well,
that
like
do.
I'm kind of excited about it. And Ethna, while I have you, like I might ask for your tips on this, just because I feel like it's kind of one of those passage into adulthood situations by hosting a dinner party, and all of my friends, like everybody's so busy now, a lot of them are pregnant, a lot of them are married, and it's hard to get everybody together. So I was like, genius, I know what to do. I'll lure them in with food and wine, and they've all graciously accepted, which I wasn't expecting. So now I'm holding a big ass dinner party.
many?
About 12.
You crazy woman for your first time to go
I'll
to
help.
dinner party.
Thank you.
She's
But-
going to need it.
Do you what's it like hosting a dinner party?
You get your prep done first.
A lot of prep.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
The big thing is enjoy it.
Hostess with the mostess. It's nice.
Yeah. Open
Yeah.
a bottle of wine early.
That's the best advice I've ever got. So like drink while you prepare.
Yes.
Okay, I
You'll need some for the
Pre-game.
gravy or for something, and drink the rest.
gravy.
Or do you splash a bit of drink in something?
Yeah.
That's your excuse.
Because you can get very stressed out
Yeah.
about it.
So cook something that's easy, that's within your comfort zone.
Okay.
And it's just if you were cooking for yourself and your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Niamh has a boyfriend, by the way. It's important that everyone knows that.
So rumour has it. You know, just increase the amount.
Yeah. So I do this really nice lemon pasta dish.
Delicious.
It's
Is
like,
this the one that you do that you learned how to make 3 weeks ago?
and I've been doing it every single day
Just
since
bigger
then.
amounts.
Yeah, and so like you crush up pistachio nuts and you pour them on top of it. It's really
sounds lovely.
really
That
That
delicious.
sounds very nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Just lemon juice and olive oil and tomato and then pasta and some parmesan and basil. And
Yeah,
it
make
is
that.
delicious.
You like
Just if you have 12 people, put it in 2 bowls in the table in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
You've always been like that.
Always been
as
like
a child even.
What?
When Niamh finds something that she likes or that she can do, that's it. Because Niamh, for example, went through eating fish fingers. Like she was never a great eater.
She still does that.
And she just eats fish fingers and it's fish fingers, and nothing else. And then she discovers something else like a sausage and sausage. Now it's what, fancy chicken with nuts on it?
It's the lemon pasta. Yeah, it's
Lemon
a Jamie
pasta.
Oliver recipe actually.
And
it's divine.
like you said, it's every...
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then she'll find something. You did
I
stir
do get
fry for a while.
obsessed. I do get
and you just
obsessed with
stick
one
the
thing.
same
You were just
thing.
really
Ooh.
impressed with yourself when you made that pasta.
Oh, I was sending pictures
Chuffed,
to
like, everyone.
everybody. I was Instagramming it. I was boomeranging it from different. Now I keep making it, so I'm trying to set it up differently so that it looks different, but it's the exact
Same
same
dish.
recipe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're cooking for your Christmas dinner,
I cheat.
how does that go?
I cheat because I send everyone what they're bringing. Like, Deborah, you're going to bring this. John, you're bringing the mash, this and this.
Okay, so it's kind of like a potluck situation.
Kind of, yeah.
But they all know what they're bringing.
We all know what
Yeah.
we're bringing, and I did the turkey and like the gravy and stuff.
Yeah.
And I get more of a thrill out of setting the table. I go berserk.
Well, I'm really excited about setting the table. I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, first off, I don't have a table, so I'm gonna have to like
Buy one.
figure that out. Yeah.
I
well,
have
my
the
apartment.
solution.
Do you, Mom? What's the solution?
I have a fold-up table that we use
Fantastic.
for Christmas time.
This
and
is
I'll
what
give
I
it
need.
to
I
you.
just need a fold-up table, and then I actually want to put a black tablecloth down. I'm not sure why, but then I want to put like
Drama.
Yeah, it's a bit dramatic. You know those? Oh, they're not flowers, but they're like
If they're
they're
not
like
flowers, it could
they're
be
not
anything.
cacti either.
Succulents.
Succulents. Yes, I want to get some succulents and put some succulents
Succulents, not flowers.
on the black table. I don't
They're
know.
basically cacti.
Yeah, they're kind of cacti.
Okay.
You can't kill them.
Oh,
So
then
that's
they're safe.
Yeah. So I want to put some succulents on the table and loads of candles and then just loads of wine. So that's what I want. And I just
You
want
need
people
to
to get
leave-
drunk and be
you-
happy for the
You
entire
do
night.
need, you have 12 people, you do need to leave space on the table. This is my advice for the plates for people to eat.
Okay. Yeah. No, I know.
You have candles and succulents and flowers and
Yeah.
more candles.
It's a
but
photo
nobody can
shoot.
sit there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, I'm going to have to move the couch out to fit the table in, so they're going to have to sit at the table basically because
Yes,
it's an
for the night.
apartment. Yeah. But anyway, very grown up thing. I'm very excited
I'm
about
excited
it.
too.
I slightly was just talking about myself there for a really long time. I want to do a quiz.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a Mother's Day quiz. So basically, I wanted to test your guys' knowledge on us.
Wish we knew that was there earlier.
So we have come up with a few questions, and look, there are no wrong answers, except if you get them wrong, and then
That's
they're
wrong.
then they're wrong. Okay, so we're going to start with Rebecca. Are you ready?
Does that mean I'm asking or I'm reading? You're going first. Okay.
Or should we go like one and one?
Nah, that's confusing.
Okay, that's confusing. Ethna, are you ready for this?
Yep.
Question 1. What is Rebecca's favorite meal? I love quizzes so much.
I do too, especially when I'm not involved.
You will be.
You will be. Yeah.
Okay.
Pasta,
Yeah. With.
pesto,
Pasta pesto, ding, 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 ding.
with chicken.
Ethna is a better mother than you, so I'm just
No.
I wish Tommy, can I ring Tommy?
can't phone a
Phone a
friend.
friend.
Okay, Rebecca's favorite singer.
Johnny Cash.
Yes,
Wow.
amazing.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, she loves Johnny
She
Cash.
was raised on him.
Okay. Oh, right, okay.
Rebecca's favorite Disney character.
It's a pretty wide net here.
Yeah, any of them comes to mind.
She's obsessed with Disney.
Are you? Have you been to lots of Disney's?
Favorite one. I mean,
It's not a complicated one. It's pretty.
Mickey Mouse,
No.
Minnie Mouse,
Minnie Mouse.
You
Minnie
know,
Mouse.
Minnie Mouse is the correct answer, so we'll probably take that. Favorite place in the world, Rebecca's.
Florida.
Oh no.
Dude.
No? Where?
New York.
In New York, sorry.
Jesus.
New York.
Oops.
Okay.
I just thought Florida. I'm
not going to do
disappointed.
well on this. I'm getting nervous now. I wasn't nervous about this at
New
all
York,
until now.
NYC, baby.
Rebecca's favorite drink.
Gin?
Yep.
Tankery?
Yeah, G&T, absolutely. Rebecca's favorite place to shop. The questions for you are slightly different.
I hope so.
You have different ones, yeah.
I don't know any of
Rebecca's
those answers.
favorite place to shop.
ASOS?
No.
Online?
Pennies /
Pennies.
Gucci. You absolute
Got a girl who can do both.
weapon.
Sligo pennies.
Sligo pennies, yeah.
Ethna, do you know how many tattoos Rebecca has?
Too many?
Yeah, you don't like them?
No. 6, is it?
She does, yeah. She has 6 tattoos. Do you hate them? They're so
I
sweet,
just-
though.
She hates them.
I don't like them.
Oh, and I was admiring this one when I came
Thank
in.
you. It's the Swahili symbol for Hakuna Matata.
Oh, really?
Disney related, yeah.
Okay. Are all the others?
I have Minnie Mouse there, and then I have other ones.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
look at them later.
Yeah.
Some of them are hidden, though, right?
Yeah,
Don't worry,
this
I
one.
won't go personal.
I don't have one on my ass, so it's fine.
What is Rebecca's biggest fear?
This is a hard one because I actually had to think about this for a second. It's not profound, like it's just...
I don't know. Biggest fear?
Do you want a hint?
Yes, please.
Okay, Rebecca, give her a hint.
They're in the circus.
Clowns.
Clowns.
Fake clowns.
Okay, if Rebecca wasn't a beauty editor, what would she be?
Think what would I want to be?
Lawyer?
A lawyer, yeah. So if Rebecca won the lotto, what would she buy?
What would she buy?
There's a few things on that list there.
I would imagine there's mention of Louis Vuitton, Gucci.
Gucci, yeah.
Oh,
A weapon.
What else? Is Chanel there? No, wouldn't be.
Gosh, I was hoping she'd say a house for you.
There is a house on the list.
Yeah,
The house would be in New York. An
Yeah.
apartment, a house in New York.
that's it. Yeah, house in New York, lots of Gucci, and one final thing:
All the dogs.
loads of dogs.
Oh, loads of dogs.
Yeah.
Are you real dog people?
Their dog died recently.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
You did amazing.
You did
well,
well.
done,
Thank you
Ethna.
very much.
Let's not
Thank
count
you.
how many.
Good game.
Let's not count how many.
No,
We're
there-
not.
gosh,
This
no.
is just a bit of crack.
This is just
Okay.
a bit of crack. There's no winners.
So it's
here.
okay if I say I don't know, I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Your first one's annoying because you don't have an answer. But anyway,
We weren't supposed to tell her that.
what weight was Niamh when she was born?
Oh, I know, 7'13".
That's bigger than I thought. Really?
And she was bigger than Kieran.
Poor Kieran.
Is 7'13" not like 8?
It's under 8 pounds.
Yeah, 7'14".
7'14" with 8 pounds.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
7'13".
Yeah.
Whopper Niamh.
We were all big babies though. Like my cousins were big. What was Sophie? Was like a stone.
They didn't consider that a very big
That
baby.
wouldn't have
No,
been, no.
7.5 to 8 was an average
Normal
baby.
baby.
All right, okay.
Okay. What was Niamh's favourite toy growing up?
I know what Kieran's was.
Lovely.
Her favourite toy?
Come on, what did I sleep with every night?
Snowy.
Snowy. Also, I was reading this earlier and I'm laughing. What song did Niamh sing with Socky the Sock Monster in a panto when she was a kid? This is Niamh plugging her fame when she was in a pantomime.
She should have done the Les Mis one though.
No, come on.
There's her mother
I plugged that
helping.
enough.
I said, there's her mother helping.
Yeah.
Okay, Saki, what did you sing? I can visualise you. I even had a photograph of you in that ridiculous hat.
Come on, it was Christmas time.
Sleigh Bells Ring? No, Sleigh Bells Ring.
Walking in a Winter Wonderland.
Wonderland. That's Sleigh Bells Ring.
Oh, that is. Oh, is
Yes, it is.
Okay.
If you keep going,
This is taking a turn. We've talked about
Winter
Christmas.
Wonderland.
Okay, well done.
So I got it right, yeah.
Who was Niamh's best friend from the road growing up?
Oh, Gemma.
Yeah.
What is Niamh's favourite biscuit?
Rich tea.
Is that what that is? A plain biscuit.
Plain biscuit.
Yeah, yeah.
Sick choice. What was Niamh's favourite food growing up? Weird one.
Oh, I know. Mussels.
Yeah. It's a weird, and now you eat fish fingers and chicken nuggets. Why was Niamh on crutches when she was small?
Oh, yeah, because her daddy brought her on the back of the bike and she caught her foot in the spokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Crunch.
This is Daddy and her having a moment together. Didn't work out very well.
What was the name of the frat house Niamh stayed in when she was on her J1?
Oh, I don't, bears, paws. Because
that's different.
The
football team were the Bears.
Oh, right, okay. What was the frat house? Oh, I can't remember. Kai-Fi. Kai-Fi. Yeah.
What tattoo does Niamh have that you discovered during an unfortunate incident?
The bear paws.
What was the unfortunate incident?
We don't have to tell everything about that.
No, okay. Niamh was very sick one night and she was staying in our house and we were in the bathroom and she was vomiting and was very unwell. And
I think I've told the story on the podcast.
I was helping her clean up, you know, and all that. And in the middle of it all, like she's really unwell, in the middle of it all, I noticed her tattoo and I said, oh my God, Niamh, you have a tattoo.
Yeah, she's really angry with me over it when she saw it because I didn't tell her.
And she
Did you not? I said
you see, she...
Yeah, I didn't tell her. It was a couple of years after I'd gotten it.
You were 19 when you got it. This was about 6 years later. And then she says to me in the middle of it all, she says, I'm dying, Mother, and you're trying to get annoyed at my tattoo.
Yeah, you're so annoyed.
You don't like them, that's fine.
I actually like tattoos.
Do you?
Yeah.
I was annoyed that she didn't
tell
tell me. Because I actually do like tattoos. I love that one. I love Niamh's tattoo here. Yeah, I like tattoos.
We have one final question, the most important one of the day. What is Niamh's boyfriend's full name? For anyone that's listening that wasn't aware, Niamh has a boyfriend.
Yeah. And what's more, I know his full name.
What is it?
Daniel Benjamin Goody.
Yes! Daniel Benjamin!
We have to get him on this show, I swear.
He will never, ever come on the show. Well, ladies, I'm going to have to wrap up, but it has been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
And
enjoyed it.
have you enjoyed it?
Yes, because I listen to your Girls Are Goals and sometimes I think they're really, really good. And then there's other ones I'm thinking, I don't understand what they're talking about.
Me either.
Do you listen to the show?
I have listened to one by accident. I am not
She's not technically, she's technically challenged.
Okay.
In a strong way.
Well, I call Kat to comment Kat because she comments on everything twice.
So my mum doesn't comment.
I don't comment at all. Thank you. So you get mine as well as your own.
I cover you, yes.
Ethna, I would prefer your version of technologically limited than my mother's because because you type something like hello under an Instagram post and then you say hi straight away again under the same Instagram post.
Well, I sometimes get a bit confused whether I've pressed the send button or not.
Yeah.
But I'm getting better.
You are getting better at it, yeah. But thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
You're welcome.
And thank you, of course, to Rebecca.
I just want to say, I look forward to when it's your turn to be mothers.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Just
a while to wait.
Bit of a hint there, girls.
Oh my God, Mom, that's so funny.
You're up first.
I
say that to Niamh sometimes. I'm like, will you just have a baby?
Spend my 20s like trying not to get pregnant, and now that I'm in my 30s, Kaz just like get pregnant. I'm just joking.
I'm not quite saying that though.
Yeah, no, you're not.
I'm just saying in the spirit of what today is about. I'm saying I look forward to when you guys are becoming mothers.
I look forward to be grannies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now you've just spoiled the moment, Rebecca.
Do you have a preference on what you'd like to be called when you're a grandmother?
I've never asked you that question.
I've never asked you. Yes, Ethna.
So rarely. Catherine will do.
Well, Catherine is kind of what I call you. So, what about Nana? Granny?
Grannies.
Elwyn?
Not too early.
Etsy.
Oh, that's cute.
No.
Do you know, fun fact, my mum is actually Ethna like her middle name's Catherine, but she was like, she's on her birth cert, Catherine Ethna.
Oh, really?
But they just changed their mind.
That's an interesting thing that happened for our generation quite a bit. I have a lot of friends who says, oh, my name is the other way around on the birth cert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I can't remember the other name. Oh, her name was Anne, you know, Caroline's mom.
Yes.
But her actual name is Elizabeth, but then they just switched it around. Yeah. Why did that happen?
It was it happened a lot for some reason or other, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think maybe in those days you had to call somebody after the granny or the mother or the thing, and then you gave the second name was what you really wanted to call your child, and then when they came home you just called them that name.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Interesting. So you're both called Catherine, technically. Not really.
Well, I am.
So that is all the time that we have. Thank you so much for listening. And don't forget to subscribe on all the podcast apps and give us a little like and a review and a rating as well, because we really appreciate it. That's all for now. I'm Niamh Maher, and if you want to go and get some extreme quality social media, follow my mother on Instagram. I'll tag her below. Thanks so much. See you next week.